In today's video, I'm going to show you how to find your first investment property. This is how I found my first duplex I bought when I first started investing in Indianapolis, and is a strategy we still use to this day. Now, let me kind of just set your mind at ease. You can lower the guards. I do not have a course on this. This is a step-by-step, click-by-click training for you, totally for free. All I ask is if you enjoy my content that you subscribe, like the video, and share it. That helps me get in front of more real estate or aspiring real estate investors just like yourself. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Now, this is a strategy where you're going to need MLS access, which, maybe you have a buddy who's licensed who lets you borrow his access for a day. Not that anybody would ever do that. Or you get your realtor involved to help you with, or the third option is you just get your real estate license. I'm a huge fan of that, and I've got a video coming out on that shortly, but let me show you how to do this. Let's kind of dive right in. So what we're going to go after in this particular example is going to be small multifamily, because that's what I used this for. So all we're going to do is come in here into search, going to do multifamily in quick. Now, all MLSs look a little bit different, but all kind of function the same. So yours may not match mine exactly, but if you kind of poke around and look for the things that I'm looking at, this will help you find your first investment property. So what we're looking for here is expired listings. And I typically go from 180 days, so it's been off market for about 6 months, all the way back to 3-5 years plus. Now, the neat thing with these is this is somebody who said, I don't want this property anymore, put it on the market, and for some reason, it didn't sell. Now, that could have been for a variety of factors. Maybe the property needed work. Maybe they didn't have great financials, or they were mid-eviction or something. But the other benefit we have from going back this far is, as the market has been appreciating, if they were overpriced, maybe their old asking price is now more reasonable. You could, in theory, reach out to the old listing agent and kind of ask for an intro, but I'm trying to get a good deal. So my approach is going to be to go direct to the property owner, utilizing something called skip tracing. Skip tracing is basically a fancy name for just finding somebody's phone number. The tool that I'm going to recommend is one that we pay for, is something called Skip Genie. And for $100 a month, you can get unlimited searching. So this will give you like somebody's mailing address, phone number, email, even if they have it. I'm actually going to pull up an example that I searched of myself to show you how well this works. I did block out some data because I don't want to be getting a whole bunch of random calls. Now, maybe blunt, I don't have an affiliate link or anything for them either. They're just a service that we personally use that I'm comfortable endorsing. So what we're going to do here now, we have 794 properties in kind of my entire MLS region that match this particular criteria. I'm not wanting to dig through that many, and I'm going to assume as a real estate investor that you have a particular area that you like. So I'm going to do the area that my wife and I actually used to live in. As you can see, we've got just 2 matches that kind of fit that criteria. Now, normally you're going to have more than that. This is actually a pretty small part of town. If I do like an area that I know is a little bit more multifamily heavy, there's 124. But because I actually like this particular area, and I am a buy and hold investor, I'm going to look and see what these were. So one of the things that's neat with looking at expired listings is we can flick back through the old pictures and kind of see what we were working with. So this to me actually looks more like a work/office setup, but let's see what it says. Duplex, one of the units is leased. The other has been an office that can be converted back into an apartment. One is 3 bedrooms. The other is technically 2, but they are huge. Okay, cool. One thing I do want to point out, I'm a big fan of looking for 2 or 3 bedroom units, especially when it comes to small multifamily properties, just for the fact that they stay rented a lot longer. In my experience, 1 bedroom or studio units turn pretty often. If you have a couple that, say, gets pregnant, or a single individual who has a girlfriend move in, all of a sudden that, smaller space no longer really works out. Also a big fan of like 900,000 plus square feet per unit, just the way people don't outgrow it too quickly. So all you're going to then do is look at the tax info and see who owns the property. It's really that straightforward. So this one is actually an LLC, which I'll throw up a training for a different time. That's a little bit more complex than I want to get right now. So let's look at another one. Okay, perfect. So we've got one here that this actually looks like a good one. So it's owned by, it looks like a Sean and a Larry Armstrong. They live in a smaller town here in Indianapolis. And all I would do is throw in Armstrong, Sean, and then I'm going to throw in their billing address, not the property address, because we're trying to find the owner, not the tenant. And I would simply copy and paste that info into here. Now, like I mentioned, I'm not going to do that to them either because I don't want to throw up their contact info and have them start getting a whole bunch of phone calls from people that are wanting this sweet deal. So let me go ahead and show you guys an example. So this is how skip tracing works. So this is a redacted version that I ran on myself. Hypothetically, if you want my phone number, you can purchase a Skip Genie subscription and look me up just as easily. But one of the things I kind of want to highlight, there's this common misconception that the data is going to be perfect, and it's not. This is data that's pulled in from multiple sources, and I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff they have right, as well as some of the stuff they have wrong. So they do have my current address correct, which is super solid. This was where my wife and I used to live. And then the data kind of goes downhill from there. Like they had one of these properties, this one here at Queensbridge, they had me at from 18 to 20. I lived there when I was like 18. So again, it's not going to be perfectly accurate with their possible relatives. I have no clue who Jimmy is or Androlica. But all of the ones I highlighted are people that I'm related to. The possible associates was interesting because I didn't know who most of these were. However, these two are people that do know me, that do have my cell phone number. They're not people I super talk to a whole bunch, but they could get you in touch with me if you were reached out and said, hey, you're looking to buy one of my properties. Now, the most important thing with skip tracing is contact info, and they got my cell correct. So that was solid. This was my old cell when I was younger, like when I was 14, 15, 16. And then this was actually my office line. So if I came up in your search results and you were trying to get in touch with me, one of my properties this way, this would absolutely fit the ticket for you. Now, the thing that's really neat with this approach is it's very low pressure. So you'd simply, search this guy, call him up. Hey, Sean, it's Ryan here in Indianapolis. I stumbled on an old listing for your property on South 2nd Ave in Beech Grove. I actually own property in the neighborhood, and I saw your old listing, and I wish I would have seen that back when you had it listed, because it's definitely something that I would have been interested in. Are you still open to selling that property for $165,000? And then just literally sit back, shut up, have a conversation, and try to get a face-to-face appointment. Now, $165,000, knowing the area, is probably a little high for this building, but really not too bad when we consider the fact that it's pulling in $2,300 a month, right? A lot of people would actually probably do that deal. So this is what I would highly, highly recommend If you have MLS access or a realtor that's willing to work with you or kind of help you out a little bit more, Skip Genie has an unlimited account that for $100 a month, you can search as many people as you want, and you can simply just keep poking around, different zip codes, things of that nature, until you find a property that matches what you're looking for. That is how I bought my first investment property in Indianapolis, which was a duplex. I hope this adds value and kind of gives you some actions to start to take if you're not finding really any good deals on the market or from other wholesalers, which, can kind of be a needle in a haystack. I wish you the best of luck. Again, please like and subscribe. As always, tell your friends so we can reach more investors just like you. Thanks for your time.